Good evening. Hello, it is me, the Nether Lad. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are. Good time zone. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a little bit of a time between last session, last stream, and now, last stream, we had lasers and feelings. My goodness, it was so much fun. So if you want to check that out, it is in the VODs under Tales from the Faygrove, the first episode. I'm very, very happy with how that turned out. But you're not here for that today. You're here for Scion Divinity Reborn, and I'm very happy to play that once more. Hey, we're going to be joining in with my friends Alvrans and Keistreth and Minjoff, as well as all the friends. Okay. Captions can't do the friends' names. So, Alvrans, Keistreth, and Minjoff, we are going to be playing Scion again. There will be a little bit more time between like now and starting, because not everyone is ready. So I would like to just have a short BRB screen, and then we'll get to that. So I will be right back. Hello.
Hello. I don't need that tab open. I'm just going through things, making sure I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
It's absolutely fair.
Hey.
Just a question, are you going to be providing the music?
I've got music on in the background. It just really depends on what all you guys do.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, most of my music is shared between things. Otherwise, I would just ask you, if you want specific music for things, just throw it my way and I'll put it on Roll20. But because I'm not a Roll20 Pro member, I have very limited amounts of...
I know that feeling.
memory.
So, this is, like, I've been considering something like this. Would you be happy if I gifted you a Foundry license?
Foundry?
I would use the ever-living hell out of it. But, generally speaking, if it was gifted to me, that would be great. I probably would not use it much differently than I use Roll20, to be perfectly honest.
Honestly, fair.
A friend of mine has Foundry and says it's really good.
It's
been pretty fun.
I enjoy it.
Oh.
I think I'm a different friend, though.
Yeah.
Can I make just a comment because I've been letting people know that I've been playing in 2 Scion games type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate that I only have to open one NPC sheet for the party because the other game has 5 people right now,
Okay.
and 4 of them have creatures.
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, I guess
If you want to get creatures, later, that's fine. It's
I
just
guess
right
we
now it
need
was
some
like, oh
more.
wait.
I guess we need some more creatures.
Need to go start adopting things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine. I've got gun.
Miss Oishi, can you just turn into a fox now, please? By the way, Virginia will never ask. Never. She has too much respect / is too scared of Miss Chie.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain Miss Chie may not take kindly to the "Can you be my pet, please?"
Yeah. This is not that kind of dynamic.
It's always good to listen to your fierce backed.
Yeah.
I'm
It will
here,
save your
by
life.
the way.
Hi, Min.
Welcome back.
I accidentally muted on my headphone when I tried to say that I was here first.
Oh,
No worries. No worries.
I should
And then
be
I said
careful. I should be
stuff
more
and no one was
careful.
reacting, and I was like, well, shit.
Yeah, that is never a good feeling. Also, I
Mhm.
should be more careful saying hi and Min one after another.
Anyway,
Oh,
Anyway.
oh, yes.
moving on.
I just saw that on captions and I want to forget it immediately. Not because of any like squeamishness, but like captions just does weird things.
Yeah.
You could just change it to "hello."
Yes, that is very, very possible.
Okay. Are we as ready as we're gonna be?
I
I
don't
think
know,
so.
but on my end, yes.
All right. So, been a little bit, but I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, last session was kind of the intro session where Omnos got to meet Lou and Virginia before Virginia got a job, generally bullying somebody at least at minimum into stopping some shady business tactics. Where you guys then did a stakeout and Omnos got a wardrobe change already at the beginning. For something a bit more modern, quote unquote. And then, after pretending to be an interested customer on the last day of Prep Up, you decided to follow up with your what's the term? You decided to follow up with the person that
Clients?
hired you for this client. That is indeed the word.
Hmm.
But yeah, I believe that is where you, or at least going to the day
Mm-hmm.
to add that to the game.
To
Mhm.
to prepare for that meeting, what were the things that I kind of like gathered from the place of business?
As in, like when you took a look around in regards to it, or
Yeah.
the guy. I'm used to the way that people are described here, so if you need me to
Mhm.
expand on certain terms or anything like that, go ahead. The guy is overly friendly, kind of gives you that general bad vibe of, what's a good way to put it? Grossness.
Hmm.
Not necessarily a creep or anything like that, but kind of like very pushy, very what's the term? Kind of underhanded. If you're has anyone here seen Matilda?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Matilda is a very wonderful children's movie. The father in that is a used car salesman who does things like, in order to quiet the engine, would put sawdust in it. He grabs a drill and puts the mileage backwards in order to claim that the car is not as ran as it is. Stuff like that. He sells lemons. The general aspect that you get about that is that type of feeling.
Yeah, so like I think last time I was like I was there, I described it as being something like a takes a con to know a con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also in our stakeouts we saw that some gang members showed up to
Right.
deliver a car, and also we confirmed that some of the cars were stolen.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I think with that, I think I'm ready to meet my client.
Okay. I presume everyone's going to the meeting then?
I think that wouldn't be an issue. Like, like, do I think having Omnos and Lou there would that
You'll
be...
remember that Nani told you that whoever this guy is, he's probably mixed up with some shady figures.
Yeah.
So to grab some backup.
That is fair. The question that I specifically have, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, I'm trying to find the right words, is...
Do you want to be the next guest? Sorry, moving on.
Fair. I would love to, but oh, darn it. I am blanking. Do I think bringing them with me would put them at risk in any sort of sense?
Go ahead and make an intellect, subterfuge, or culture check.
Intellect. I'm very good at that.
Let me take a look at your specialties real quick.
And let's go for subterfuge. Wait.
With not bad at all.
I didn't check. Yeah, not bad at all.
As you're taking a look in regards to it, you realize that I believe you did go in disguised.
Slightly,
or at least
yeah.
you attempted to. Yeah.
I went under my unobtrusive visitor calling.
You realize that if you are recognized with these people, that they'll probably be in danger, but it doesn't matter if you're meeting with Nani or not.
Okay. We planned to meet at a cafe, like a coffee place, right?
Yeah. About the equivalent of a couple of streets over, yes.
Okay. I think...
I was about to use blocks, but London doesn't have blocks.
No. It's a giant nonsense mess.
It's a giant nonsense mess. Captions is funny. I think I would like to figure out what Omnos and Lou would like to have for coffee.
Okay, so as they're coming in, it's for Lou and Virginia. It's a modest cafe type of thing. Warm colors. There's seating in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sparse, mismatched seating related things. It's kind of got a little bit of a homey aspect to it with plenty of options behind a case type of thing. That
Lou briefly, wistfully stares at the cakes and sits down.
Mm.
there is a drink menu behind the area. Omnos,
Yes.
believe this might be your first time in such an establishment.
I
I
mean, it's not impossible, but it is.
because like, if you wanted to be in cafes before, that's fine. I mean, it's not something that we've addressed, but were you not? There is a lot of sounds. There's music that's being played in the background. There's plenty of smells. There's food that's easily visible somehow for whatever reason behind a kind of blockade. Um, looks delicious as heck. There's plenty of smells of various beverages. There's fruity smells. There's the smells of coffee, things like that. I'm pretty certain Omnos knows about coffee at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd imagine.
I mean, Omnos has been uh to Gingama.
The
Inkama?
soup
Yeah,
Mhm.
kitchen.
yeah, and the soup kitchen, while not having the best coffee, does have coffee.
Yeah.
There's
Even
it's
so,
definitely
he's probably first he will get real close to, you know, the display of all the various pastries and other food stuff offered, and give that the same look of concentration one might have for, I don't know, a very
A
very interesting
museum
book or
piece.
something. Um, and then he will give the same attention to I imagine the drinks menu is like up on the
yes.
wall somewhere,
hmm
and he'll give that the same level of concentration before nodding to himself and looking determined.
I'm just hoping that the order that I'm going to have to make will go like is less than £20.
Oh yeah.
It would be hard to spend more than £20 on a coffee.
I mean, for all three of us,
That might push it.
that might push it
Yeah.
in like even like especially with like, are there muffins? That sort of thing.
Hmm.
Going based on what I know here and transferring things over, which I know is not a one-to-one thing, you could get coffee for all three of you easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get food as well, you might be pushing it.
Yeah, I'd have to wait
Um,
a few hours.
hmm
I think
Normal latte would be like £3.80,
Mm,
I think
and I think
Omnos
the
would
muffins are £3.
So
I
you can
think
do it.
I think Omnos would like to try to pretty much persuade someone working there to give it to him.
okay, interesting.
Or, you know, manipulate them into giving it to him.
I do kind of want to make this a presence check as you're kind of new
See if it's
there.
a pass.
It's a not a difference between the two stats. I will make it. I'm trying to think if it should be. I'll go ahead and make it a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So a presence and persuasion check.
All right.
3 successes. Okay. Um,
The way that he will probably do this though is um by making a promise that he will return uh and basically, like I don't have money right now, but next time I'll pay for this. And
Um,
his plan is basically I'll get the druids to give me money for this for next time.
so, just that way I am aware. Omnos is tall and very muscular, and would you use the word handsome to describe Omnos?
I would say he's quite attractive, but he does have also like a scar across his face that might make
That's a
him
cool scar,
So
you say?
ruggedly handsome.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you hadn't started about the scar, I would have chimed in with the, is he handsome or is he pretty?
I mean, he is somewhat pretty, but the scar makes him sort of ominously pretty.
So he has a
I'm just
tragic
gonna-
backstory. I see.
There's a younger individual. It's definitely kind of tough to see in how they kind of manage themselves, and the type of stuff that they're wearing with the apron and the things, since they're handling food. But as you're sitting there and coming up with a conversation, trying to sit there and persuade them, a couple of things that Omnos does notice is this individual is having difficulty keeping eye contact, is stammering a little bit, but does get to a point where they kind of, what is it that Omnos wants?
He wants a caramel cheesecake and a spicy chai latte.
But they just kind of mutter after a little bit, like, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. And they will get making that for you.
Yep, and
Question
he
about
will
some
look
retroactivity.
smug as fuck about this as well.
Question about some retroactivity here.
Yeah, go for it.
With the makeover, or like the restyling of Omnos, did Omnos get any like shirt that may be slightly too small?
I mean, it wouldn't be difficult because he's tall as fuck.
Well, you borrowed it from one of your druid friends, right?
Yeah,
And
and
they were
I
smaller than you.
yeah, I mean, it's not unreasonable that it would be because he's tall and 5 dots of might,
Mm-hmm.
strong.
I'm imagining it's definitely, because taking a look at the stamina, it's definitely closer to like a bodybuilder's build type of thing. And like the way that I'm imagining it in my head, for those of you that are a bit into like a lot of things, is probably somebody like one of the Hemsworths walking in.
I do not know this.
Chris Hemsworth plays Thor type of thing in the Marvel
Oh,
Cinematic
okay, yeah.
Universe.
I like this
Like
one.
what?
Another.
Mhm. Just kind of walking in and is just kind of like, oh yeah, no, I'll be back and pay you back type of thing to some poor worker there. Not that I'm saying that Omnos isn't going to, like, but it's just that is the visual in my head type of thing.
Honestly, same.
But yeah, so you get that. And if you try to sit there and pay afterwards, Virginia, the person behind the counter is just shaking their head and kind of verifying no type of thing.
Okay. Sure. I'll have a latte with a chocolate muffin. And Lou, what are you having?
Just some water. He says, not really comfortable.
Do you want like lemon?
Why would I have a lemon?
Like lemon water, I mean.
No,
No? Mint?
I like water as water.
Okay. Do you want something extra? Like, I can pay for it. And you can see Virginia, like, tossing up a small brass coin.
I don't think that's legal tender.
It works. You can also see, like, it has a square hole in the middle.
Lewis
That's
is gonna
right.
squint
It
and
goes through
say,
the square hole.
Is this more of that weird other dimension shit?
No, this is definitely, like, our dimension stuff.
Right. I don't know. Whatever. And he'll just go and sit down because
Caramel fudge
he's
muffin.
still having a very confusing day.
Okay, so
how
water
did you
and
know my favorite?
internet. I have no idea. I just that's I like it. I like it too. So I thought you were kind of like a caramel fudge muffin kind of guy.
Lots of caramel
Just
today.
like immediately start devouring the muffin as soon as he gets it though.
I will pay with my coin.
So it's kind of interesting, like, because this isn't a trickster thing, so it's not like you're not giving them actual money.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there is a shine to the coin. Omnos and Lou, you guys would notice. There's a shine to the coin, and then when Virginia puts it on the counter and pushes it forward, it's kind of like from the square hole, a bill folds out. Type of thing. And
Lou has the muffin like halfway to his mouth and he's just staring at it like, what the fuck?
And the coin becomes tarnished. Foul tarnished. And then
now I am made in this.
You grab the coin back and put it in your pocket type of thing.
Okay. I imagined the working of that artifact very differently.
I just literally ass pulled it and I was like, you know what? This makes sense because it's not being trickster or anything like that. Like, this is not a trickster thing. This is a fortune thing.
That's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
As we sit down, Lou is just going to stare at that coin like, what the fuck?
I will not have it out in the open, but I will not specifically try and hide it. It's just like, after giving the money, I will put the coin back into my pocket. Probably into my... I think I have like a chain wallet.
I do.
Which is like probably 15 years old. How did I what?
The money had how?
This coin's been in my family for a while. And I think it has to do something with, you know, like my family were traders. Thank you, captions. And I think it came from Japan or China or something. I mean,
it's definitely a Japanese coin, Lou.
Yeah, it looks Japanese. I think my aunt had some similar ones.
The thing is, you can't really be certain unless you know the specific characters on it. Sorry, I've researched this.
Fair.
That's why I said it looks Japanese.
Mm.
And while fair, Lou probably knows.
Lou is from China.
That is
and would
fair.
know what
And
the
their
right
aunt,
symbols are.
and their aunt
The
is
Chinese one.
Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being nitpicky. It's just
You're fine.
like you have to be. Never. No.
Who just looks at this like, yeah, I can't read this. It must be Japanese.
Amazing.
I,
that
I
works.
get where you're coming from because it's kanji and on the coin and stuff like that.
No,
but-
like the coin was originally minted off of a Chinese example, but for this one they switched the characters around. Like these are different characters from the original one. But only if you know like the specific markings on it, you would know that whether or not they're Chinese. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's my hyperfixation. Yay!
Man.
I apologize.
But before long, as you guys are having this conversation, Omnos and Lou, you would see, because you didn't see, because you guys were working in the back at the time, you would see somebody who's in a, what's the word I'm looking for? A not business formal, but more like business casual type of attire. Definitely on a scale of masculine to feminine, a little more feminine presenting, who kind of takes a look around, clocks Virginia, nods, and then goes and gets a quick order before coming and looking around a bit awkwardly, and then probably taking the seat next to Virginia.
Afternoon.
Hey, so are they? And she kind of just gestures towards Lou and Omnos real quick. Are they aware of what's going on?
They are my associates. Yes, they know what's up.
Okay. All right. Then I take it you've taken a look around and kind of got an idea of what the thing is. Okay.
I think with what we have so far, we can probably run it up the flagpole, get the Met involved, and have some things shut down. But that'll probably only save a couple of people from being scammed. Like this outfit will have to be wrapped up, but I don't know if that'll really stop everything. Also, won't get your money back immediately, so
I'm more focused on other people. I can afford it.
fair enough. But I think, and Virginia looks over at Lou and over at Omnos. I think we can do a little better.
Can?
Sorry, what?
We can?
I think
Omnos
so.
is mostly looking very
Yeah, alright
absorbed by his food stuff.
Sweet.
I mean, I
Sure, okay.
look over at Nani, and I say, could you excuse us for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
I
you.
think that they're almost ready with my coffee anyway. And
Good.
she gets up and walks over.
Turn
As soon as
to,
they gone, Lou will say, "Were they the one who said this might be dangerous?"
yeah,
Okay, I have
They're-
a question to ask. When is it back now?
wait, you need to ask them something, or her?
If they knew about the gang's involvement.
Right. You could. I wasn't really going to bring it up. If they don't know, I don't think telling them would really help much.
If you think it's not a good idea for me to ask, then it's a good thing I ask.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm
I'm
not-
not
this-
saying that's a
this-
bad question.
This is my first day.
No, it's fine. So, like, the thing that I had in mind was to not just like calling the police. It's simple. This outfit will get rolled up in a few days. But probably not everyone will get caught.
The
And
guy in charge will buy his way out.
highly likely. And the gangs will probably not feel very much from this.
Well, basically nothing.
So, I was thinking we could go in and maybe find a little bit more of, like, more evidence of an incriminating nature, so that the Met has no choice but to step up and step in a little bit harder.
Okay.
Find instances of stolen cars, find instances of gang-affiliated dealings.
Maybe notes or something about that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I could
A ledger
take
or
photos
something.
of some of the cars' VIN numbers if they're the stolen ones.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sure there's other things.
Omnos, you good?
Yep, I am down to participate in whatever plan you guys come up with. I'm here for protection, right? And he looks up.
Yeah, but like if you have suggestions, I'm happy to listen. Also, you seemed a little bit, I don't know, very focused on your drink.
Yeah, well, new tastes, new experiences. Gotta enjoy them.
Right, yeah, spicy chai isn't in everyone's wheelhouse. It's I understand.
Well, I don't know, Terra Incognita, not very stacked on this type of thing.
Oh. So like first time for everything.
Yep,
Oh.
he says with a grin.
Okay. You are going to pay them, right?
I gave my word. I tend to keep promises.
Yeah, so far I've not gotten any evidence to the contrary, but
The way he smiles makes it seem like I mean makes him seem less trustworthy about that.
I see.
So, how are we
I-
gonna go about the whole getting evidence thing?
I think we need to break in.
Right?
Yeah, get into the place, snap some pictures of stuff, get out. That's basically how I do stuff, generally speaking.
Okay. What day is it?
That is an excellent question. Thursday. Thursday sounds like a nice day.
Okay.
Okay. I think when we go in, we can, after they've closed up for Friday night.
Yeah. There's less likely to be people around then.
Mhm. Although Saturday night might also work, given that Fridays and Saturdays might be a little more busy. If I know anything about that, I would like to use that sort of insight.
I mean, it varies. It's a place of business that you found out about this last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I wouldn't have the
We'll
information.
just look up the place's open times.
Mm-hmm. Quick Google search
Sugal.
for Scion.
The hours seem to be a bit longer on Friday. On Sunday, they're a bit shorter, as it wants to be, for various reasons.
Right.
But
if they think that Sunday is
if
going to
you're-
be a quiet day, I think I would like to go in on the Saturday evening.
Yeah. That'll give us some time to prepare and stuff as well if we need to prepare for things.
Yeah, that gives us 2 days to prepare.
Yeah. I'm just
right.
sitting there trying to think of what he would need to take on a break-in.
Mhm. And I think Virginia would also want to make sure that her her pistol is in good working order and that she has some ammunition for it.
You want to do that here?
Not in the coffee shop.
Okay.
No. In the 2 days that I have, so that I can also talk to the Windblades.
That is very fair, and that is
Just
exactly
with
why I was
shotgun.
asking. I'm like, if you want to do it here, that's fine. You might get some attention, but this isn't Chronicles where it's just kind of like, yeah, no, we're going to jail, but
No. Like I'm very careful with Dirty Mind is a Joy Forever. I am very careful with when and where I whip my gun out.
fair enough. Okay.
So not in public.
All right. Yeah.
I remember when making this character, I was looking at some, I don't know if it was called Master of Arms or something for next, maybe? But I don't remember the details of it, and I didn't write it down. But I know I was looking at that. And it
I
had to
can
do with
toss it to
weapons,
you.
I think.
You do have a note for Well Tempered on there, so I can send you. I'm going to send you both of those real quick.
Yep.
I'm going to
It's been
send
a
them on
couple of weeks
Discord.
since we did this.
Yeah,
It has. Glad
I'm going
to
to
be
send them
back.
on the Discord for you, and then if you have any questions, since it's a new mechanical thing, by all means, we can handle it here, type of thing.
I'll try not to bog it down with that, but thanks.
Right. But all right, cool. But yeah, so generally the idea is take 2 days to prepare further, and then go in on Saturday evening, Sunday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. After seeing that you guys are sitting there and have stopped talking, Monty will approach again.
Yeah,
And,
I'll motion for her to return.
So, everything good?
Yeah, we were just discussing strategies. I believe Lou, you had a question?
But you told me not to ask it.
I cautioned. but it might be useful.
Now I'm curious.
Sorry.
Oh, I was wondering if you were aware of the proprietor's suspected involvement with the Red Nines.
She's just a regular person. So give me just a moment. No, it was more that I just, I took a look at the place myself, and the vibes that it gave me was kind of like the guy was shady, and when I asked the employee that bought from him, they mentioned some... I don't like to judge people based on appearance, but some kind of strong arm type of people, you know?
Okay. That's fine. I was just curious.
If you need details, I can see if the employee remembers anything, or...
Sure.
It might help actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Is there anything else that we need? Did you have an idea? Like, I know that you and I talked about payment or things like that, but did we want to talk about that a little more, or...
If you had something specific in mind.
Well, like, I offered funds, and that didn't seem to be up your alley, but, I mean, if you're bringing people in...
I'm not very good with money. But if my associates do have something that they would like as a monetary reward, then that could be discussed, yes.
I don't know what the typical payment for this is.
I don't know what it is either.
But I do know.
Can Virginia make a yes?
She does know more about this.
Like, she's been in the business a short while.
I would say that you don't necessarily need to make a roll on this, because
Okay.
people have offered stuff to you
Yeah.
beforehand, varying aspects in regards to it, given dangers and stuff like that. And you've also talked with the Whipblades,
True.
who probably know a little bit more about it. But given the fact that I literally don't have a frame of reference for what is modern day mercenary work, the thing that would be offered generally for it would probably be a half now and then half on completion related things, of a amount that sounds good. Oh, God, what the hell would that be?
I would say something around
Roll me a d10.
a D10.
D10.
Yeah.
All right. 8.
An 8.
Okay, so she'll give you 800 quid now.
Oh. Lou is wearing an expression like he has never seen that amount of money in his life.
Oh dear.
Yeah. All right. I'll go with that. Cool.
Okay. And for you, sir, as she kind of turns to look at Omnos, who's probably still very tall in the seat, and tilts her head up a little bit.
Yep.
Is there anything that I could get or do for you?
He looks thoughtful. Hmm. Yeah, I think, we talked about the whole thing with an oath rod, right?
Yes.
And Oh man, would he be that mean?
Would he?
I don't know. I was thinking of invoking that and having for him asking for a promise to sort of hold a favor
Ooh.
that he can call in at a later time.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that Virginia does, but not with mythical items.
Not with a magically binding contract.
No.
But yeah, let's go with that.
So you want to pull out the oath rod?
Yep.
Okay. I have to grab a visual reference so I can describe this thing.
Wait, is this a Terangrial?
It is
Yep.
a Tarangrail, yeah. It's based on a Tarangrail.
Amazing.
Is there an image? Okay. So. Omnos reaches probably towards an area that you definitely made sure it was. And pulls out a apologize for using nonsensical units, about a 2-inch thick diameter cylindrical rod with some interesting markings on the back of it, or on the top, and you presume on the bottom of it. Yeah, that's the general visual appearance of one.
Yep. It's pretty simple.
There's
And,
about to ask what's that and goes, you know what? No, I'm done with questions.
I just might need a favor in the future. I trade in oaths.
Yeah. So I need to change
I think
that,
Virginia
I think.
sees this rod Omnos is pulling from wherever and is like, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't have that kind of equipment.
Okay.
We're just gonna
So-
pat God on the head.
So if you want to use this, you will have to spend a point of momentum from the pool. I do have to edit that in there, which is fine. It's a
People
point of
okay
momentum.
with that?
Yeah,
Sure.
spend some. Do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
We spend a bunch, we get XP.
Like this is that's true. And also it seems a little bit mean. It's like, hey, I have this really cool thing that that I'm just bringing to the table. Yeah, but you can't use it.
Well, let's see how it works.
Well, it is a pretty weird moment to use it though. So I'm just using it because I could.
We're all new
Let's see
to
how it works.
this.
But yeah, so you, I presume, present it to Tanani there.
Yep.
She kind of looks at it a bit confused for a moment, unsure what to do. She is a lot like your friend Lou here, and not exactly used to such things.
Hmm.
I think that Omnis will still want to ensure that she understands you know, the terms of the contract, so to speak. So he will make sure to explain, like, you know, if you make an oath while holding this rod, you will be bound to it.
Go ahead. It's gonna be a bit weird, but I want, like, it's not because you're trying to persuade somebody. This is more to overcome the cultural difference here.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to make me a manipulation and culture check. I will say
Alright, I am
persuading. Oh no, you have compromising. Never mind. Not persuade individuals. Never mind.
So you said manipulation culture?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty okay with this. Okay-ish.
Few successes.
Not bad.
She pauses and she kind of looks kind of takes you in for a moment, in a kind of weighing you, figuring out aspects of your character type of thing. Not like the poor person behind the counter there or anything like that. But she definitely looks over at you, and then she kind of gets that you're not from around here, and will grab the other end of the rod.
Mm.
And then as you uh, focus your intent through it, kind of small wisps of light go forward over into Nani. And is there a specific
Yes.
request that you are
Uh,
making?
if I call on her aid against, oh my god, what were they called? Faction I don't like. Faction of gods I don't like.
Oh, those are the Theoi, or the Greco-Roman pantheon.
Yes,
What?
those. Then she swears to do to help within her power.
She sits there and, like, her eyes begin to go wide as you ask of this, as generally, yes, you are going to come fight gods with me.
Yep.
And then you say,
No.
within your power, and she
Yeah.
relaxes visibly.
That is still like I think Virginia is going to be very scared.
Does Lou know what the Theo are?
Go ahead and roll me, your preferred mental stat and academics, culture, or occult of your choice.
I'm perfectly normal, I swear.
You say that.
I'm not from around. I have different priorities.
I can
2
tell.
successes. I think I've heard of the Greek gods.
You do not know the necessary specifics about them. You don't necessarily know that Nyx is more of a primordial than a Titan per se, or like the ins and outs about like they are literal personifications of what they are gods over.
Mhm.
But you have heard of you are pretty familiar with the Theoi.
Yeah, they talked
Yeah.
about the Greek gods in school.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
as soon as you say within your power, she visibly relaxes because it's like, well, within my power can mean a lot of things.
That is
So,
very
you
true.
know what? I'm okay with this. And she
Uh,
will agree to it.
I mean, I also think that Omnos doesn't necessarily expect much from this contract. It's more,
It's
It's good to have
like
a
this
helping
is the
hand every now
wording
and
that
then.
is used in it's like boilerplate disclaimers, but also it gives you a lot of power.
yeah.
See, this is why
I can
people get
ask a
scared
lot.
when the terms and conditions of certain websites get changed.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about GDPR?
I have. I'm European, of course I have. I say that
But yeah.
not having any big trust in regular Europeans.
Hmm.
But yes.
Well, that is my payment taken care of.
Virginia, like, I wonder if Virginia knows what this entails. Like me, Nether, I am scared for these terms. Is
And
Virginia?
roll academics. Yeah, go ahead, roll, because in my other game, someone has bureaucracy as a specialty of academics. Go ahead and roll an intellect and academics check.
Oh dear, I have nothing in academics. Can I check culture?
It'll be a higher difficulty, but yes.
Okay. Luckily, my intellect is pretty good, so I'm just going to go intellect academics. That's good. I think.
So as you're a little bit, oh yeah, it's fantastic. Again, for casual reference for people, skill checks of 4 and 5 kind of make it so that way you are doing things that are godly in nature, or you are convincing or talking to gods type of thing, or like outrunning the wild hunt and things like that. But as you kind of sit there and take a look at it for a little bit, the exact wording is terrifying because like it's help me help me attack and dethrone God is generally Omnos is recruiting Nani for her for his RPG party here.
Mhm.
But we're already the party.
But
The Communist Party.
Yes.
the other end of that is within your power, and the fact that you know Omnos is definitely not. There's aspects about Omnos that are unsettling, as previously described, but Omnos is not a person you can tell right now that is going to force people to do things to the very limit of their means, type of thing. So when it's within your means, especially because of the list of options that Nani gave you when you guys first talked, it's definitely a lot calmer. It is something that makes you able to back off a little bit and go, okay. Like, you're not expecting Nami to grab a fully automatic weapon and shoot Ares in the face.
Even if he did deserve it.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They all do, in my opinion. Well, Omnus's opinion.
But yeah, it's the aspect here is less like I think what you glean more is you glean more from Omnos's what's a good way to put it? You glean more about Omnos's methodologies and goals over anything else from this statement.
Okay. I think after the coffee shop scene, Virginia will take Omnos aside and like I will probably mention something to the lines of maybe work on your terms.
I'll think about it.
But in the meantime, realizing that while the wording may be a bit severe, I don't notice any particular like danger to Nani's means and well-being. And I will leave it at that.
Unless Omnos is intending to deceive people, I don't believe so.
No.
Okay. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pause that for the moment. As you guys leave the coffee shop and go forward to prepare for the upcoming break-in.
Heist.
Is
That
it a
is-
heist
that
really,
is to
or is
intend.
it a break-in?
Yes.
Yes.
We are
Oh.
going in there to take stuff. It's a heist.
That's also kind of intense.
So,
That is for a completely different vibe that I'm going for here.
that's more tomb raiding.
Or just visiting a holy place in regards to it. But yeah. So, Omnos, is there anything that you would like to do to prepare or to take care of? Out of
With
curiosity.
the amount of preparation that I, as the player, have done, no.
That is perfectly fine. Um, okay. We'll start with Lou then.
Lou has no idea what they're gonna need for a break-in
Okay.
or anything like that. Uh, at any point during the downtime, does he get information about the gang members?
What type of information are you looking for? I believe we did roll
The
about it.
information we asked Nani about.
Right. Okay. Nani, I would say that for the ease of access, contact information is shared.
Mhm.
Um, Nani will get back to you. She will describe. She will say that the what the employee can remember. Is one of the individuals was tall.
Mhm.
And he kind of sat there and commanded the aspect of the conversation. It seemed you've seen Jason Momoa and his bodyguards.
Yes.
Yeah, like this guy was the Jason Momoa, and the other two people were there as pretty much for arm candy,
Okay.
for lack of a better term.
Hmm.
Is he one of the guys I beat up with the bicycle?
This gentleman doesn't like with the little information that you have, does not seem familiar.
Okay, good. That was one of my concerns because he would recognize me immediately if he was one of them. And the other thing that Lou is going to do is have a slightly overdue conversation with her uncle.
Okay. All right. So, um, he's easy enough to find. You know where he hangs out, and you've got a couple of days, so you can meet him in the morning when you normally do training, or in the afternoon after or evening after dinner, should you so wish. But he's sitting there. When you do see him, whatever time of day that it is he seems to be going through double checking some of your notes here. He's going through Tai Chi right now,
Mhm.
definitely. Just kind of a aspect of focus and meditation.
Who will stop a short distance away, bow low, and wait for him to finish.
He finishes the motion and then goes back to a neutral stance before putting his legs back to less than shoulder width apart, and then turns and he goes, "Lou, good to see you again."
I apologize for missing our last training session.
And you gave me some warning, which is fine. You here to catch up?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. You look like you have something on your mind, so we'll just continue from where I left off just now, and he will gesture you to join him as you go through, as you begin to go through different Tai Chi motions.
Probably does help Lou calm down a bit.
Mhm.
Enough that he can bring up the. So I've been encountering a lot of weird stuff this last 2 days? 3 days? How long ago was the other dimension?
3 days.
3 days.
Interesting. Right, you were telling us about that. Um, your aunt had some insight into that, but um, you said things, so there's more.
Uh, well, there was a magic coin that printed money and a stick that makes promises?
Kind of pauses for a moment. I'm gonna make a roll for him real quick. Not too bad, Uncle. Not too bad. He kind of sits there and he goes about it for a little bit. He goes, binding promises type of thing. More like binding someone to a promise, right?
It sounded like that, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Do you have your boots?
Yeah?
Oh no, that was out of character. Like, does Lou have
Uh,
the boots type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't, used them yet.
Um, well,
Uncle Shem probably did give them to him.
okay. So he kind of sits there and nods for a little bit, and he thinks about it and he goes, well, you know how there's beings out there that are more. I think the word that the people here use is a term called God or gods. Your aunt likes to use something that translates to spirits of various types, but there's beings out there that are very powerful, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they leave us tools or whatever that may or may not be.
Glances at gun or dogs.
Well, some of them have companions. Um, I'm having difficulty out of character thinking of oh no, well, thinking of someone in Eastern myth that has an animal companion because my first brain went Hugin and Munin, and it's like, yeah, but I don't know if Uncle Shen knows the Norse pantheon that well.
Hmm.
Um, some of them do have companions, animal companions. Um, I don't know many of the stories here, uh, and I'm having a bit of difficulty processing, but that is a possibility. Another possibility is simply gone there. Liked the way that you smell, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow because it's like, do stone dogs smell?
Yeah,
Type
I
of
don't.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he does either.
Um, but there's also the fact that sometimes, whether through it being found by treasure hunters or from from it being a gift to someone in a family, some of these things can be passed down. And I'm not gonna make a roll for this. He makes a pointed look at your boots.
Hmm.
Have you have you tried what some people here called parkour with those?
Haven't really had many opportunities to. Why?
And he finishes the motion, goes back to a neutral stance again. He gestures towards the wall and he goes, "Go for it."
Um.
As you
After
hesitate, he
after
I was
a
gonna
briefly awkward moment where he's like,
as you hesitate for a little bit, he puts his hand behind his back, then stands and
oh no,
in
oh no,
the
I'm gonna
pose.
go.
um, I believe. Let me open up the sheet in regards to it. I believe. Yeah. We didn't have anything in regards to the cost on that one.
Yeah.
Um, since it'll get upgraded and then you can use them to fly later. But yeah. So you sit there, and as you go to run up or up the wall, practically type of thing, he just kind of turns and watches you as you kind of expect after the second step to fall,
Yeah.
but you don't, and you keep going up.
To touch the ceiling.
Hmm.
I don't get to like stand on walls. Like I will slide down if I stop, right?
Correct. This is wuxia, I
Yeah.
believe is they're wuxia boots.
Yeah. It just touches the ceiling and it's like, oh, and then starts sliding down. It's like, oh shit.
But
And but
given the type of area,
lands in a roll.
yeah, I was gonna say it's a room. It's not that particular. It's not that big type of thing, but yeah, you can tuck and roll.
A room with enough ceiling space for weapon swinging.
Hmm. It's a tall room, but
Yeah.
like it's no more than 3 meters or something like that. So
Mm. Okay, when were you gonna tell me I had magic shoes?
to be perfectly honest, I thought you would have played around with it and figured it out on your own, but that's on me.
How was I supposed to guess that the shoes would let me run on walls?
Maybe from running from those bastards.
Yeah, I guess.
No, that is on me though. I will admit fault on that one. But yeah, uh, that's that was it's only part of what they can do. I never actually managed to get them out to what they're supposed to be able to do, but maybe you'll be able to someday.
Maybe. Yeah, thanks for the shoes.
You thanked me for them then. I think, gosh, how long have you had those? And they haven't worn out at all?
Couple
Yeah.
of years. Surprised, like, I figured my feet would have grown bigger in that time.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Right, magic shoes. Yeah, of
Magic
course.
shoes, yeah.
Of course.
But that being said, do you want to practice using them in action?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will say that for the next little bit, he like goes forward and grabs you like a weapon in regards to probably like a short practice sword type of thing, and then tosses it towards you, and then goes, "All right, have at it then," and then starts sparring.
Get to do all kinds of crazy flippy bullshit.
Yay.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, Lewis acquired the knowledge that he has had flying shoes this whole time.
Not quite not quite flying shoes yet, but yes.
Yeah.
Precursor flying boots.
Flying boots TBD.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at some point during a break between the sparring, he will ask if you had any questions. I could get your aunt if you wanted to talk about that, or we could save that for another time since kind of looks pointedly at the boots again. You have a little bit to process.
Yeah. Um. I'm sure she's busy.
All right. And then he kind of bows, and you guys finish the sparring for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
what are you up to?
I think the first thing she'll do after meeting at the coffee shop is going to Ginkama, going to the soup kitchen. And speaking with Miss Chie that she'll be gone for a day or so.
Miss Chie gives you somewhere between the so as you explain this type of thing,
And that
hold on.
I'll be meeting my grandpa's friends.
Especially when you mention that, just briefly.
Mm-hmm.
That is much too
Loud
action-packed and loud. Yes, I thought that one was quieter. I apologize.
No worries.
Perfect. So as you sit there and take a look at Miss Chie, she's in her older guys today,
Okay.
and she has completely frivolous glasses. And she looks over them, her head tilted down, up at you.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting working on paperwork. And you feel the shadows grow from the corners.
Multiple shadows of multiple tales.
And she takes a big, deep breath. Okay. Be safe.
I'll say hi for you.
Yes, it's to be expected. In regards to that, but please, genuinely, do be safe. I do worry about you.
I appreciate that. Really. I will be with friends. I think I am safer than I've been for a long time. Again, I appreciate it.
Well, you better get going then, or I'm going to put you to work anyway.
Right. Is Miss Oishi a hugger?
A what?
A hugger.
Normally, yes. It's definitely one of those moments
Where it's
where
like-
it's kind of like she's gotten news that she does not want to hear,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing.
Right.
And so, you can risk it if you would like.
I think I would just like as a okay, thank you, goodbye, and like hug and then leave.
It's a very quick hug.
Mhm.
There's a side pat in regards to it
Okay.
that she gives, but you
Mhm.
leave and you head towards the whip blades, I presume.
Yeah. I haven't figured out a name for the Woodblades Clubhouse just yet. But yeah. Knowing where they are, I'm going to be heading there.
Okay. So as you kind of get over to the clubhouse area there, there's been minor changes since Olaf took over. Nothing major or anything like that, but it's definitely a more place to sit there and relax. And as you kind of step in, there is a brief pause for a moment, and then they recognize you, and even Olaf, who's probably somewhere in the back, kind of going over things, and he goes, Virginia, how are you doing?
Olaf! Just
Do you have any of the information, or is this a different type of business call?
different. I'm working on that. Haven't really gotten into the archives where the information is at, so work in progress.
No worries, they do have a stopgap measure in place, at least for the moment.
It seems that way,
Anywho,
yeah.
Sit down. You want a drink? We've got plenty to choose from. Is there anything?
I'm going to be, you know I don't drink much, but I'm going to be strictly sober for the next 2 days at least.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, what can I help you with then?
I'm picking up my piece.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. And he kind of sits there and starts thinking about it for a
And
moment.
possibly some looks around. She looks around to see like how many people there are currently.
About half a dozen people in there so far. You recognize 4 of them. 2 of them seem to be closer to your age type of thing. Probably new recruits.
Okay. I will get closer to the bar to Olaf.
Mhm.
I'm also going to be needing some ammo.
Some what? Sorry.
Ammo.
How much do you
Ammunition.
need?
Not much. I'm not planning on shooting. It's more of a in case of emergencies type of thing. 2 mags?
Alrighty, sounds good, sounds good. He just kind of gestures. He goes, "Oi, head to the back with Virginia here for a little bit. Keep an eye. Make sure those 2 don't over drink or anything." And he kind of just starts walking to the back with you as the other guys go, "What the?" Kind of called out a little bit.
So where'd you
Um,
find those?
Those are people who found us, for better and for worse.
Huh.
They're kind of in the probationary period to make sure that they don't go off half-cocked and get somebody hurt. But
Fair enough.
it's definitely nice to get some people who are into the whole business type of thing, making sure that people are doing things through the proper channels rather than just going off on the way that they going the way that they think that they should go and end up getting people hurt, or lashing out against people who don't know what they're talking about. It's a very familiar back room to you. There's a couple of aspects of equipment that is through there. Some stuff, there's a lot of storage stuff for the bar itself. But there is kind of like, as he's kind of walking through, you do see some. Most of it is mundane, at least as far as you can tell, but there's older style related things. A lot of the stuff that is like it's very interesting that some of it's organized by like culture related things. So like you'll see some older style so like Theoi swords, and then next to those you'll see like Kopeshes, and then so on and so forth as you kind of go through more towards the back. There is other types of armor too, like vests, like bulletproof vests and things, as you go through. Because bulletproof vests also very useful at stopping claws and teeth.
Yeah, like you'd need different material for slashing
it'd
and
be more knife-proof best.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know why I know this. I don't. But there's a difference between like Kevlar good for bullets, not good for knives.
I know it from my embarrassing time when I used to watch propaganda. So
that might be the case for me as well.
There's also aspects in regards to projectiles and things that you are familiar that they've dealt with in the past.
Absolutely fair.
But he goes through to a door with a handle with a keypad on it, and he opens a code in the keypad, and then you see kind of various sized modern chests with even more digital numeric pads on there. And he goes to a smaller one in the back that does not look like it is touched a whole lot. It's like it's not that it hasn't been touched since the last time that you need it, but it's definitely very few people have access to this area. And Olaf probably only comes here, especially since Grandpa died. Olaf only comes here to take care of probably keep things maintained,
Right.
type of thing.
So
So
I think there is like some dust from the like few weeks or maybe
it is
several months that it has been here.
very thin layer, but yes.
Yeah. So I kind of like brush it off. I will put in the combination, open it up, and I will take out the Walther PDP. Very new gun. Only got it like a year ago.
All right. I'm not going to give you the preamble in regards to that. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
When he says that, I nod. I quickly check to see if like rote action, see if it is loaded. It is not. Check magazine is empty. That sort of checks to really familiarize myself with the feel of the weapon again.
Mm-hmm. And then as you're kind of going through that, he comes forward with 2 magazines and hands them over.
Pop one of the bullets out, checking it, seeing that everything is in order, putting it back, keeping the magazines separate from the gun. I will not load it right now.
All right. What are you hunting?
This may sound... I'm not hunting. I am possibly going to be hunted.
All right. Well,
So this is
if
last resort.
keep it that way because
I know the trouble I'll get into
yeah.
when I fire it. I am very well aware.
All right.
This is just to make certain that if I get into any trouble, it'll be legal trouble.
All right. Legal trouble I can help with.
Lethal trouble,
Yeah. All right. Do you guys need anything else while you're here if you think that you're going to be hunted? I'm also presuming under the fact that if you say something like that, Olaf would know that if you're worried about that, then he's like, Grandpa taught you better and you have some people to help you.
I think I would like, if they have anything like it, like bullet resistant vests, like things that would bring down a lethal round to something that will hurt and might need some recuperating time but will not kill you.
So here's the thing. This is not as lethal as Chronicles is. Generally speaking, an example of something is kind of like a Kevlar vest, which would downgrade some of the damage. However, what it does is it makes you harder to hit type of thing.
Okay.
To kind of go over some of the combat rules real quick, you have a base defense of 1, and you roll your defense pool to add to that type of thing.
Right.
And so having armor would make it so your base defense is 2 type of thing. Which you would roll to add to that. And then bulletproof makes it so that way, rather than do injuries, it only does bruises type of thing.
I would like 3, if they have it.
Okay. I want you to roll me a luck check. In this luck check, is because Omnos is fucking big.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Olaf is 2, but maybe Olaf is more square, and Omnos is more. And I'm sorry for using this term, given the language family it is from, an Adonis.
Or triangle.
I was gonna say the term that I've used, is Dorito shaped.
So a luck check. How does that work?
Min, why don't you give me a high or a low, and then Virginia, go ahead and roll me a 1d100.
1d100.
High.
Okay, so you're hoping for a high number.
High number. Here goes. Mm-hmm. Nope. 24.
You start describing like just the size of Omnos, and Olaf goes, "Oh yeah, no, I got something for you about and then he kind of sits there and goes, "Wait a minute, is he like strongman build or swimmer build?"
Strongman, I think.
Strongman would be Olaf, because strongman are the ones with a little bit of a gut and more square shape.
Yes. More. Leading man in a superhero movie?
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. This isn't gonna fit properly.
Oh.
As he kind of does give over his thing. It's not gonna fit properly, so there may be some lucky things that can happen with it, but rather unlucky things, given it's going against you guys. But I'd rather you guys go at least somewhat prepared than not prepared at all. Type of thing. And you were specifically asking for bullet resistant related stuff.
Yeah.
Correct?
I don't immediately see a situation where we're going to be in extreme close combat, hence why.
Those are the tags that everyone will get when they armor up.
Okay. So I'll have 3 sets, 1 for each.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I think now, given the fact that I have Subterfuge 5, would I personally have a set of lockpicking tools, a crowbar, things like duct tape, a glass hammer, that sort of thing?
2 things to note. It's not necessarily your skills that are going to give you that. It's your paths.
Right.
I would say that given some of your aspects in regards to your roll path there, you have the lockpicking kit.
Okay.
And you have like stuff like duct tape and stuff like that's easy enough to get. The crowbar, maybe not on hand.
Okay. Do you have a crowbar, Olaf?
Got a tire iron.
It's not really the same.
I don't know. I could see if somebody's got something if you want.
Yeah, please.
Okay. One of the new guys, as you guys kind of start heading out in regards to it, I'm presuming you don't need anything from the back room anymore.
No, I will put the magazines with the sidearm in the carrying case. Again, unloaded. I will lock it up and I will bring it with me.
Okay. After a little bit, yes. One of the new guys actually comes up and goes, well, yeah, I got a crowbar. Which what you need it for. It's like, well, Virginia here gives us a hand with some of this stuff, so we're just repaying the favor.
You'll probably get to see me a couple of times in next few weeks.
Actually, Virginia's granddad here kind of ran the fort before I did.
Olaf!
I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
You're going to give them the wrong impression of me.
That you need to be respected and talked to, like, as someone who's probably been around and knows the things. I mean, heaven forbid.
Kind of like pinches my nose bridge, more in the sense that I'm here because of Rams, which is the case, but not the way they might think.
Well, they can ask the questions and figure it out and try to bite off more than they can chew, if that's the case.
Ixnay on the apatism nay.
You're not running the place. I'm running the place.
I know you are.
Go on, get your crowbar. Go take care of what you got to take care of.
Just grumbling. I think this is basically how any conversation ends. With just like feigned indignation. And then after I've gotten all my stuff, I go to the door, and in the doorway I will turn, I will blow Olaf a kiss and wink and leave.
As you leave, kind of behind you, he goes, and he's gonna get the wrong idea from me telling about Gramps, but not gonna get the wrong idea from that. Just kind of starts going back behind the bar.
I have the last laugh.
As he kind of rolls his eyes about it. But yeah. Is there... I believe that is the preparations then.
I believe so, yeah.
What time do you guys head over to the...
When does the shop close up?
On Friday, it closes at about 7 in the evening or so, like 8. Like,
and Saturday?
Yeah. It's normally it's kind of open till about 5, but the guys are there until later for various reasons, whether they're doing crimes or mechanics finishing up some stuff.
What are you doing? Crimes? Carry on.
But yeah. You,
Then, like, about an hour after closing, I think I want to get in there.
Okay. I will say that you do know that they stay late, type of thing. Like closing time is not a they leave time.
Yeah, I want basically an hour after they leave.
Okay, just verifying.
Yeah, that's my intent.
Okay.
I think one of the other things Lou will bring with him, because he didn't bring anything else, was like some sort of scarf to wrap around his face.
Fair enough.
I tend to rely on my on Miss J's training.
I don't have that, so
That's fair. That's fair.
You rely on Mask of Many Faces, you warlock.
Hee hee hee. Hoo hoo hoo.
I will have to make do with the scarf. God, I hope it's not summer.
I believe I said it was spring.
Good.
Okay. So you sit there and you arrive around closing time, about an hour after closing happens. A group of people come in and then leave, and then about another hour after that, everyone else leaves, type of thing. So it's roughly 10:30 at night when you guys believe that the coast may be clear enough to go in.
I will have given Omnos and Lou their armor if they wish to use it. Because armor is weighty, so...
All weighty means is that if you guys start running, you're going to have to make stamina and athletics checks, or your speed starts being affected and you start getting complications.
That's fine, I got plenty of speed.
Yep.
But until that point, if you guys aren't running, you guys are fine.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna turn this back on. Oh, that might be a bit intense. That's not the one. That is... I will find something. As you guys...
What's the highest scale I can have on a weapon?
The highest scale?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How many points can I have?
Oh, the max points that you have is 3.
Okay, cool.
It's not scale points, because scale is a mechanic.
Yeah, sorry, it was on the same page and it's like, that's the word, right?
Yeah. So you get 3 tags, 3 points of tags that you can do.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to make something two-handed, then you can grab another thing, type of thing. And so on and so forth.
Don't worry, I'm calculating some stuff.
No worries. But it is night. The shop seems closed. Lights are off.
Okay.
What do you do?
I would like to find the back door to the shop.
Okay.
Like the garage.
So the way that the shop looks, here's what I will do. I am going to, because I can pull this back out.
Before we go in, I want to look for security cameras.
Okay. So let me zoom out for a little bit. Okay, so you want to look for security cameras.
Yes.
Go ahead and make a cunning subterfuge or technology check.
Got it, one of those.
Draw shape. Okay. So.
1 success.
One success. Okay. We've got that. Let me change the color here. Go gray. Alright. I hope that that's visible enough, type of thing. Okay. So, is there an insert text box? There. Okay. Freehand. S H O. Oh, god dang it. I hate O's in freehand mouse drawings.
Yeah, it is.
And then I'm actually just going to change this to black. This is G for the mechanic's garage. Okay. And then what I will say is I will grab another draw shape. I'm going to make this red because I like red. And then this would be the street type thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you said a cunning and subterfuge roll. Okay.
I got 1 success.
You got 1 success. I just got to grab stats real quick. Okay. Less dice than I thought it was. Okay. So, as you guys kind of go, or do you still want to go to the back of the shop of the store place of the shop?
I would like to go to the mechanics shop, like the garage.
Okay. So as you're going to the mechanic shop, Min is taking a step away for the moment. Her headphones died.
I see.
Okay.
If I see cameras, I will just point them out.
Understandable. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. I just wanted to make sure because I was about to start describing a decent amount of things.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start heading over towards this area, and what I will point out to you is, unlike Chronicles, this favors players. So what you do notice is kind of on what would be the northeastern corner of the garage, kind of tucked away, a little bit hidden, is one camera on the garage.
Interesting.
Can I see an angle where I could like approach the camera and get within like hitting distance?
With your shoes.
Go ahead and make me a relatively easy, because this is more of a physical related check. Because you're physically attacking it, or want to physically.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just
So,
gonna slap it so it's pointing in the direction.
I'll allow you to make a cunning close combat check.
Oh boy. Two successes.
On all those dice.
And
Ooh.
But with two
if
successes,
my martial arts can help, it's a +1.
with two successes, it is easy enough to sit there and get up to it. It is on a very slight swivel, though. You do notice that.
I will try and run up, adjust its angle so that it's not looking at the door,
Okay.
and then get back around to the others.
Okay. Omnos in Virginia, you watch Lou run up about 15 feet of wall.
I look over at Omnos and I will say, and he was worried about us?
It's me, with a shrug.
I shrug as well.
Yeah, I'll allow that on
And
two successes.
finally, Bet's back over to see you guys and go, the shoes are new. He says, even though he's been wearing them this entire time.
New since when?
I didn't know they could do that since I got them.
So technically the information's new. No.
Ah. Okay. Fair. Sure. So.
Alright, the camera is, at least for the moment, turned away.
It's like, I don't know how long it'll stay there. I don't know if it'll turn back. Let's go.
Okay. With that out of the way, I think I will just go to the garage door and see if I can open it.
It is indeed locked.
Since I have my lockpicking set.
Okay. With lockpicking set, and this is one of the reasons why I adore this system, I know you're probably going to use dexterity, but you could use cunning to sit there, or intellect to unlock this. It would be a subterfuge check.
I wouldn't mind, like using intellect or dexterity. Both are the same. I think.
However you wish to go about it. If it's more
Virginia,
I feel, that would be dexterity. If it's more recalling information and kind of taking a look out of it, going, okay, that's this type of lock, so I just need to go here.
The whole lockpicking lawyer spiel.
I mean, that's a lot of dexterity, but he knows his shit.
Yeah.
I think I will go in intellect and just first check out the cylinder, and then start using, start getting out the specific tensioner, rake, or whatever it needs.
Right.
4 successes.
Alright. 4 successes. Easily enough as you sit there and go, this is... I need better security, as it takes you only but a few seconds.
It's a master lock.
The door swings open.
Okay, so I just rake it, opens up, and I access the garage, leaving the door open for the others.
Okay. As you enter the garage, Virginia, because I don't know if people are going to stay out and kind of keep watch as you look for what it is that you're looking for. As you kind of approach in, it is the middle of the night, and you are indoors. There is some ambient light from tools and stuff like that, so you can see where some surfaces are, and as you kind of look around, you can see where some stuff might be hanging or where pillars or things might be. But as a general rule of thumb, it is very, very difficult to see.
In that case, I think I will pull out my smartphone and turn on the torch, keeping it low to the ground, so that I can see where I am going before checking anything with the light.
Okay.
And I am specifically going to look for any type of office within the garage, or like a
You know that the office
break
itself
room?
is so it might be a difference in regards to it. A shop is where the business is handled. A garage would be where the cars are put together.
Right. In that case, here I will go and check out VIN numbers of the cars that are in here.
Okay.
If there's keys for the cars around, there should be. I will try and grab those.
Okay.
So that we can more easily open them without causing an alarm.
Go ahead and roll me. So here's a very neat thing that we could do. We could do a teamwork action.
Ooh.
Yay, teamwork. I love teamwork.
So, what the main thing is going to be, the main idea is to try to get the VIN numbers, correct?
Yep.
Okay. That can be a technology or a piloting check, I would say. And then I would say that that would be more of an intellect or cunning type of role in regards to trying to get those.
I would be happy to go intellect technology for that.
As you're trying to sit there and find, like, say, keys or to try to keep things quiet, I could say that that might be a subterfuge dexterity roll. Blue.
I can do that.
Okay. You will get your bonus from this, so we'll have Lou roll first. With the bonus, that is a total of 3 successes. Now, go ahead and make the intellect and technology check, Virginia, and I will tell you what happens.
4 successes.
False. 7 successes.
Okay.
And you said the 4 or 5 was necessary for guard stuff, right?
I see everything.
It is. Because here's a couple of interesting things as you guys are kind of sit there and taking a look in regards to it. That's how the teamwork action works, by the way. You have to roll different pools, but you take the successes from one and add it to the successes of the next.
Okay.
So technically speaking, Lou's roll there would have been fine because 3 is most mundane things there. But I kind of wanted to go through with the whole thing. There are 2 things that you notice. There are the first thing that you guys notice as you guys are taking a look around here is the first thing that you notice is there is one car, and then there's parts of a car as you kind of take a look around through things. There is in this particular garage, there is a car, or there is a key for that car, so you were able to get the VIN number of that one. And as you're kind of sitting there taking a look around, you find 3 other VIN numbers through the parts.
A Frankenstein car.
Or they're chopping it up and selling it for parts.
Yeah. Okay. So I start, like, loading these numbers into my notes.
Take some pictures as well.
Yep. To show, like, I'm not just writing down 3 or 4 different cars, VIN numbers. Like, these are from this car. And thank goodness I'm not carrying a Japanese phone, because Japanese phones have to have the flash or shutter sound on camera phones on at all times.
What are you up to, Omnos? Omnos?
Min? We
I was gonna unmute myself and then I muted myself. And
no worries.
Yes.
What are you up to? As they're kind of going through playing Secret Agents.
Well, I mean, I don't think Omnos knows anything about cars.
That is fair. So
So he's mostly just keeping an eye out in case anyone comes around, I guess.
excellent. Why don't you go ahead and make me an intellect survival check.
Yay, I know these things, sort of. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Very good.
As they're kind of going around and doing things, he's weird playing around with the weird fucking metal cars. You don't see anything at the moment.
Alright.
Okay. But you
And I'm
get the
just lounging around.
you get the VINs of the 3 different vehicles. And what were you doing with those again? I apologize.
I'm
Getting
making
pictures.
sure I'm getting pictures to show the different locations of the parts in the same cars.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you guys are doing in this part? A couple other things that you notice, and so you did get 7 successes on that. Even though this place is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, is kind of shady, the mechanic still keeps, it's a little chaotic type thing. Tools aren't fully put away, but there is an organization. The mechanic definitely is like, yeah, this is what I'm doing type of thing.
Right.
So
It is
well
not
organized,
just a
yeah.
racket.
Right.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. I think with that, like knowing that, I will make sure that every car that is in here, I will have the VIN number for it. I will have the places on the chassis where it was found.
Mhm.
And then I will circle back to Blue and kind of say like, okay, we can go into the shop. I think I don't know if there's anything beyond this here.
Okay. And so, head back outside after getting some information and go over to the back of the shop, I presume?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anybody looking for anything?
Cameras.
Yes. Alright, go ahead and make the Cunningham subterfuge check, please.
Again, 1 success.
You don't see anything.
Is there any way I can assist?
You can make your own check.
On check. Okay. With that said, let me get cunning and subterfuge. That's also 1 success.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
You don't see anything.
Okay. Seems clear. Yeah, seems clear.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this check because I don't think Omnos actually would look for cameras. He's
Yeah.
looking for people and other such things, but I don't think he cares about cameras.
You should.
Understand. Difference in culture.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You go forward towards one of the other one of the doors in the back. Again, this one's locked, so I will need you to make another another lock picking check, intellect or
Is
dexterity and subterfuge.
is it the same cylinder?
We'll find out, won't we?
Okay. 4
Yes,
successes.
indeed it is.
Oh no, they have a deal with Masterlock.
They have a deal with Master Lock. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
This
so-
building is a little bit bigger. As you approach from the back, it is a little bit of a hallway. You
Mhm.
see the main area where you saw the at the end of this hallway, you see kind of the open main area where you met with this individual beforehand, and then you see 2 sets of doors on the left and 1 set of doors on the right.
Okay, do I see if there's any particular one of these being like the office?
There is one that is labeled a unisex bathroom.
Not going to be using that one. I will check
Is
this.
everyone going in?
We'll go in.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone steps in. Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. All right. You go ahead
I mean,
and
I'm here
continue.
to protect these people, right? So.
You are. I just didn't want to say everyone goes in unless they were like, well, I wanted to stay out and keep an eye out there.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
That's fine. There's no cameras. We're fine, right?
Sure.
As I know, can I check to see if there's any cameras indoors?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a cunning and subterfuge.
Let's
Oh,
see if this works better than previously.
wanna help?
Cunning, subterfuge.
Okay, so since they're doing that, you can't use the same roll since I believe Keistra said Lou was helping.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and make me an intellect and technology check instead?
Intellect and technology. Sure. That's only slightly worse. Well, there you go.
You got more than by one.
I think that's 6 successes then.
That is indeed 6 successes.
Well, then.
You do recognize that there were 2 cameras. You do know that there were 2 cameras from your stop earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any cameras in the hallway at
Okay.
the moment. I will let this roll continue on as you kind of inspect some other places, though.
Okay. Is that, like, are those cameras placed where I can avoid them?
If you go into the main room, no. Like, you can attempt to sit there and try to stealth or hide behind things, such as furniture and stuff like that. But actually avoiding them, they are in the far back corners, crossing each other type of thing.
Okay. Then I would like to try and see if there is any office or archive for documents, bill of sales, bills of sale, that sort of thing.
Okay. Which door would you like to try first?
There's a left one and a right one, I believe.
Mhm.
Let's go left.
Okay. As you go take a look at the left-hand room, you go forward. This does appear to be an office. It is a small office in regards to it, but it definitely kind of gives that vibe with the big filing cabinet in the back, a computer over in the far corner, and a desk type of thing.
Okay. I want to try and open the
There-
filing cabinet as the first.
You
but
do notice, as you
Yes.
swing the door open, because it did say that this would go forward, you do notice a camera on top of the filing cabinet,
I
kind
see.
of facing the majority of the room.
Okay.
Want me to take that out?
If you can. Sure.
Well, I'm not overly concerned about being caught on camera because I can hide away.
Right. Yes, please.
Alright. I wanna try and take it out. I mean, I'm gonna try not to show my face too much, but I don't think Omnos cares too much. Again, he'll just lay low in Terra Incognita if he needs to.
It is a camera, so it's not going to be that hard to physically take out, which is, I presume, what
Yep.
I see.
what Omnos would do.
Lou will just pick something up and throw it.
That being said, if you want to, go ahead and make a dexterity and stealth check, please.
Oh, that is not my best stuff, I don't think.
Probably not, but
Didn't
you said you didn't
Kisrith-
care, so
Yeah, didn't Kisrith say something about something?
I say,
throwing something.
I would say I will throw something if you want.
I mean, again, I don't think he cares. Where the fuck? What did you
Dex
say?
stuff.
Stealth is not a thing.
Yeah. Oh, subterfuge. Sorry, you are absolutely correct. Stealth is not a thing.
Stealth isn't a thing. One success.
One success. Okay. I'm just gonna roll. Okay. You kind of go in. You notice that Lou kind of does have his face covered in a scarf, and go, "That's an idea. If I don't want to be seen," so you kind of just like lift up your shirt over your face, and then kind of go forward and literally just rip out the camera.
The last thing that is seen through the camera is Omnos's rock hard abs.
A wall of meat just ripping it away.
Oh, that just reminds me of
maybe
Super
they
Meat
don't
Boy.
see my face, but my overall physique is kind of easy to identify, but let's not talk about that.
It's fine. But the camera is indeed taken care of.
Yep.
Lou just raises a thumbs up and nods like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, I was sent to protect you guys. Protecting can also mean protecting your identity, I suppose.
I
And he shrugs.
suppose. I think Virginia's. There isn't a lot of light in here, right?
Correct.
Okay, I think Virginia's state of mind is saved then. I think Virginia is going to go first to the filing cabinet to see what she can find there.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Bills of sale.
Okay.
But also any kind of ledger that is like hidden away from like the open accounting, like day-to-day accounting.
Part of me is just like, oh yeah, I'll throw another subterfuge thing. But the other aspect about it is it's less looking for subterfuge related stuff and it's more looking for stuff that would just be here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look at your stuff here real quick. Just
Nothing.
This might be a bit weird because it's normally about like persuasion and stuff like that, but this is somebody that's in charge of something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you make a cunning and leadership check.
Cunning leadership. Okay. Let's see. One success.
Okay. With one success, you find the bill of sale because it's Nani's. It was underneath Nani's business account.
Okay.
Type of thing. So you do find that one. And you do find a couple other recent bills of sale in regards to it.
Did Nani give me any information about the vehicle that was purchased?
General
Like the
aspects
VIN
about
number?
it did not give you the VIN number. Did give you stuff like make and model and things like that type of thing.
Make and model. Okay.
Mhm.
So, like, what I'm curious.
Nani can get you the VIN number if you need it.
Yeah, like what I'm curious about is if we find that like there's a VIN number on the bill of sale,
Mhm.
and there's different VIN numbers on the car that was purchased, that was received in this transaction.
While it is a chop shop in regards to it, as you're taking a look at it, that might be something to file away because
Mhm.
again, it's pretty late and
Yep.
they did not give you the VIN number.
Okay.
But as you're taking a look in regards to it, looking over old messages and kind of
Mhm.
remembering what Nani said, everything else does seem to match.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Lou's gonna look for stuff that might have been like hidden away.
Mhm.
Something that people like the person who works in this office maybe wouldn't want anyone to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you do. Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and make a cunning and integrity check, Lou.
Okay.
And I would say that this is intentions.
4 successes, so 5.
Ooh.
5, yeah. You start sitting and going through in regards to it. At one point, you do find a locked part of the desk, and you bump Virginia, who quickly turns around and is like, "Pfft, master locks," and just kind of pops the lock real quick as you pull it out. And Lou kind of sits there and takes a look in regards to it, goes through some of the papers. I would say you find the ledger that Virginia was looking for. But there doesn't seem to be too much in this drawer outside of that. And so you sit there and you think about it for a little bit, and you grab a paperclip for whatever reason, and kind of bend it out of shape or bend it straight, and you look underneath, at least to the best of your ability, and you find a small hole.
I know what inspires him to do this. He's seen it in a movie once.
I didn't want to say that, but yes. And so you
Amazing.
find a small hole and pop up a false bottom, where you see a personal planner. You see a laptop, a phone, and a couple of manila envelopes.
When he does open it, Lou just goes, "Yes." Oh, sorry. There's some stuff in here.
Good. Fine. I will try and illuminate what there is to find that Lou's
Put
found.
it up on the desk.
Okay. What are you looking at first? And Omnos, could I have you roll another intellect and survival check for me, please?
Yes.
Lou's gonna look
Did
in
you
the
say intellect survival?
I did.
Lou's gonna look in the folders.
In the manila envelope?
Yeah.
Okay,
That.
3 successes. I need to take a look at something here real quick. What is your guys' dice? Okay. So, as you're looking through the manila envelopes, there is one that has instructions on it. Typed instructions. And it's more, as you kind of take a look in regards to this envelope, it's about moving a certain amount of stuff, whatever that stuff may be. A lot of details aren't covered by it, but it does give hard numbers and hard amounts.
Snuff
And the
powder.
other, not powder, in the other envelope is about $1,000 in cash, or 1,000 bill, or 1,000 pounds of bills.
Keep this money lying around, do they?
That's I could do. I don't know what I could do with that.
I've never seen this much money in one place in my life.
Omnos. as they're having this conversation, you hear chatter and footsteps outside.
Oh, dear.
I will try and gesture to get people's attention without making noise, and also gesture to be quiet and like urgent motioning.
Did we catch that?
I'd say so, yeah.
Good.
What is it?
You guys are mostly adjusted to the dark, even if you're using flashlights to look around, so you can see the big shadow moving.
Okay. What's up?
Well, so are people alerted to what's happening and have noticed it themselves, or do I need to try and express myself further?
I would say that kind of at this point, as it's getting louder, you guys can hear conversation between a couple of people. You can't hear what's being said, but you do hear voices, some that don't
Shit.
sound too happy.
It's a really quick response time. Okay, I didn't mention this. But I did bring my gun loaded. Just one
Yes.
magazine. And hearing that there's company, take it out. And I will keep the safety on for now. But I'll have it ready.
I have a question.
Blue Virginia pulls out a gun.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
How big is the office chair?
I would say if you wanted to use it using D&D terminologies, it's probably a mall.
It'd be two-handed?
Yeah, it'd be
Okay.
two-handed.
Okay.
It's one of the fluffy types of chairs and stuff like that, you know?
He
Like,
puts his hand under
Plush.
the back part of the chair to try and pick it up, and then looks over and just what the fuck? Oh, I'm quite right. It's just
Yeah.
kind of keeping the gun in the corner of his eye.
as you guys are kind of, does anyone want to try to take a look?
Yeah,
So,
sure. I mean, I'm probably the
Okay.
least concerned about my identity anyway, so.
As you turn, I'm not going to make you roll for it because you know that they're there. As you turn, you see a group of about 6 people. And 4 of them, these people are not in uniforms. That is one thing that you notice. These people are not in uniforms in regards to it. 4 of them are kind of like standing around the area, and one looks at the others and kind of gestures them to go over to the side that you know where the hallway that you guys came in from, where the outside entrance to that is. But one of them does pull out a key and starts putting it in the doorway. That is what you notice.
Alright, I will at least hold up like 6 fingers so everyone knows.
Yeah, Virginia just has this look of what the heck? Why are they here? But is just quiet.
Okay. Is there anything that anyone would like to do as you were being surrounded, for lack of a better term?
I think I would want to find a place to hide where I'm not immediately like if they enter the shop, I want to be in a place where they don't see me at least immediately, like hidden somewhere or not in line of sight from door.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dexterity stealth check.
I would say dexterity subterfuge, but yes.
Subterfuge. You are correct. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so used to other systems.
One success.
2, because you got your thing there. Oh no, that's Lou that has it in stealth. Never mind. Sorry. I have everyone's sheets open right now, so it's just...
It's okay.
Lou, what are you doing?
So which directions do they come from again?
They're coming from the front of the building, so what I'll do is I'm going to move this so I can ping it. They are coming from here
Mhm.
and here, where you guys came in.
Mm.
And they can be seen like down corridors and stuff.
Yeah. So like, so for example, I'm just gonna grab the draw shape thing again. So for example, this is just like a very bare bones map. There's that, and then that, and then that, then here, and there. Omnos is standing at the door here, or at the corner.
Mhm.
You two are in this room,
Okay.
and then so they're coming from here and here.
With Dominus, how many?
Omnos
Omnos
mentioned
flashed.
6, or like motioned 6.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to next to the door with Dominus, with the chair next to me.
Okay. Omnos, what are you doing?
To you, it looks
Well,
like I'm trying to steal this chair.
well, I mean, you know, I'm here to protect this group, and that's sort of my contract. So I mean, for me, it depends a bit on the group intention. If we are to try and get out, then Omnos would probably want to quote unquote lead the charge. If we want to stay and find something first, then he will probably, you know, either try and take everyone out or uh, stay dormant until action is needed. It depends.
I will allow it to be talked of the intent above game.
I think intent.
Um,
I want to get out.
All right, well then I want to
I think I
pick
vote
and
we should pick one of the doors and just try and go that way.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So in that case, he will probably gesture for them to follow and make sure that both of them do. Uh,
all right.
and
Well,
not leave anyone behind. I mean,
understandable. Understandable. So what's going to happen here is as you gesture and then begin to turn, I'm going to presume you're going to go out back the way you came, since that only has 2 people compared to the 4 people over at the front.
I think that
Yep.
might be best.
sounds good.
So you start doing your flashes in regards to things, and you start getting ready to move over there as 6 individuals close in on our Scions. I think that is as good a time as any to call it for the evening.
Oh, I'm so close to using chair.
So,
Yeah, so close to the chair.
Always the chair.
yeah.
It has been something I've wanted to do since early
Blue Book Chronicles.
Blue Book Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I want you to do this.
Um,
So hard with the chair.
so what I will tell you right now is I rolled a pool of 5 for the security cameras and stuff like that.
Hmm.
The one on the garage was not well hidden, as it was only 1 success. The other one I rolled 3 10s and an 8 on.
Oh wow!
So it was very well hidden.
Amazing.
But yeah. One more thing, just so everyone's on the same page. Are you guys grabbing the stuff that Lou found?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
like
just wanted to make sure.
Virginia is bad with money is an understatement.
That's fine.
The moment money hits her pockets, it's gone. The
Oh
only
yeah, but
thing
there's
that
also
the only thing she
there's
managed
al-
to keep is that coin because it just keeps coming back.
There's also the what is it that I'm looking for? There's also the phone and the laptop and the instructions and the
We
day
should
plan.
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
take
yeah,
a look
of
at
course.
those.
Okay, cool. Then, with that being said, since we're all on the same page here, I have been the storyteller for the evening. Alvarance, with me today, playing the anxious to beat somebody with a chair Lou. I've had Keistrith.
Soon.
Uh, Playing the mildly culturally. I don't think inept's the quite word. I think I'm going to use naive. Omnos. I've had me.
Well, you know, it's as long as the contract's followed, it's all good.
And then playing the sneakiest of the sneaks, Virginia. I have had the Netherlight.
Not yet trigger happy.
Not yet. Not yet.
Emphasis on yet.
Pretty much. And
I've
Virginia
made
is
notes
prepared
of
for
the-
anything.
I've made notes of the tags I've given this chair.
I'm grabbing. I'm looking at your notes.
No, not on the sheet.
Okay, cool. But with that, we'll go ahead and let you guys go, and we'll see you guys next session. Well, bye now.
Bye-bye. And that was our game for today. This is the second episode of Scion Divinity Reborn. I am very happy to have played. Actually, let me just put on some music again. Thank you so much for being here and for hanging out. It's only been, what? 2.5 hours? Yeah, something like that. So thank you for hanging out with us. I always enjoy Elverance's games, and I enjoy playing with Keistrith and Minjoff. I like it when furniture is being converted into weapons. That is I am very excited to see like how effective that is, because it is going to be very, very effective. So good. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night if all goes well. And by all goes well, I mean if I have the energy levels for it, because I am still fatigued, unfortunately. I'm looking into it, just don't have anything to report just yet. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing some recap of my D&D games. Not indie games, D&D. Thank you. So that will be a recap of 10 treasures. That will be captions. Oh dear, 10 treasures. And a recap of Aether Peak, which I haven't done yet. And I will be prepping for Aether Peak. Okay, I'll have to figure that out with my captions, because it's a thing. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I have been the Netherlad. I am the Netherlad, and I will be the Netherlad for some time. I'm not going to be raiding anyone right now because I am tired. So I hope you have a lovely evening. Goodbye.